travel day, and I just saw wallabies! Yay, wallabies! They were really far away, and we weren't sure if they were wallabies or not, but it was a lot of them. And they were so cute and very far away. Found some tidal pools, and there's snails everywhere. Look at the snails! Oh, the snails! So cool. And there's like these weird beady kelp things. We're at Hyams Beach. Remember that big ship from the other day in Sydney? The big aircraft carrier? It's here! I guess this is its home port. It's just chilling over there. In the fog. It's still raining, which is upsetting, but that doesn't stop us. We're gonna look at everything still. We're gonna wander the beach, no matter what the weather. Anemone! Anemone! I don't know if you can see it. It's little green anemone. Oh, I see it. He's pretty far from home. I think high tide is in about an hour, so he should be able to get a new batch of salt water to live in. Because we're pretty high. Man, there's snails everywhere. All those little black dots, they're all snails. Guys, I found wallabies. Oh my god, he's scratching himself. He's so cute. Eee! They're not too concerned with people. I was wrong. These are eastern grey kangaroos. They're really small, but they're not wallabies. And they don't seem to give a crap about people walking around. Here's a little Joey. He's sleeping. The weather's not too great, but they're enjoying it. There's a bunch over there. You can see a few. Oh my god. I'm like 10 feet away from a little kangaroo. So we're at a beach called Pebbly Beach. Not, just a few pebbles, but I don't know if I would call it super pebbly. This is where the kangaroos are, and it's really cool because there's plants just growing like right on the sand, quite happily, right on the sand. There's like a dozen or so kangaroos here, and they're quite small. It's just like the little, I think she called them eastern greys or something like that, but not the big ones you picture when you think of kangaroos. I thought they were wallabies, but I was wrong. It's really crazy the contrast between ecosystems here. On the one hand, you have the ocean, and then obviously the beach, which is sand, which is normally pretty lifeless, but in this case, not so much. And then you have kind of like this brush, and then rainforest. And there's tons of rainforest here. It's cool because it's like temperate rainforest, but it's like Australia finally found the sun. Yay! I know. Well, the sun's over here, not so much over there. We're in Bateman's Bay. Had some lunch, fish and chips. I don't think I've ever eaten so much seafood in my life, but it's really good and really fresh, so I don't mind. We'll be, I don't know, we might hang around here for a bit now that it's not raining, and then continue on our journey. We've arrived at our beach cabin. It's beautiful. Look, TV, full kitchen, very nice, bed, couch, bathroom. But where's Jill gonna sleep? How about in 4 bunk beds?
Change.
I'm gonna sleep in a different bunk bed every couple hours. I have so many bunk beds all to myself. It's so great. I'm so happy. But we didn't exactly get the beach views that we thought we were gonna get. Also, it's still raining. Good morning and welcome to Friday. What happens to Thursday, you ask? Well, my camera died. But we went to a nature reserve wildlife rescue sanctuary. We saw koalas and Priscilla, the echidna, who was adorable, and kangaroos, fed kangaroos, and bats, and it was excellent. Emus, they were making rumbly noises at us.
And birds that really wanted to talk to us.
Yep. There was adorable cockatoos that could say words. They were saying like hello and I'm sorry and how are you. It was great. So today we are going to Lake's Entrance. It's raining again. According to the news, this is the coldest January in 20 years. Of course. Just as we come. We brought the weather with us. Actually, back at home in Calgary, the weather's really nice. So damn, what happened to that? So we're gonna go to the Whale Museum, nice indoor activity, and then we're gonna continue on our way. Okay, we just left Eden, which is a little town on the coast. We went to the Killer Whale Museum, which was very cool because they have this very unique history. They used to have a big whaling industry in Eden, Twofold Bay, in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And they were very, very successful here because there was a pod of killer whales that would come back every year. And they figured out that if they helped the whale guys, the whalemen, by corralling some big whales in from the ocean, they would actually get a portion of the loot. You know, they would get the tongue delicious. So they would they'd learn to herd the bigger whales and the big baleen whales, the sperm whales, that kind of stuff, into the bay. And then one called Old Tom, he would go slap his tail at the whalers, say, wake up, let's go, we got a whale. So the whalers would dash out in their boats and they would harpoon the big whales, and the orcas would be, you know, kind of corralling it. And they would, once the whale was dead, they would anchor it, let the killer whales eat what they wanted, and then come back later for it and render down the fat and all that. And they were very successful. They only had one death in the entire time because the orcas were so successful at helping them catch all the whales. And so that was cool. Like, wow, orcas are so smart. You know, that they figured out that these other beings, you know, they could assist us, or those men back then, and get some delicious tongue out of it. Welcome to the rainforest. This is called, what? It's the Drummer Rainforest Walk in a rainforest that I can't remember the name of. But it's this like really tiny little rainforest. What, are you laughing at me?
No, I'm just laughing at the puddle we have to work around.
This is a puddle. It's still raining a lot, as you may have guessed. But it adds a certain authenticity to the rainforest, I think. It's so green everywhere, and it's wet, and it's dripping, and it's like this little sea of biodiversity surrounded by eucalyptus forests. And it's really, really pretty. Look at this tree. Look at it. It doesn't have leaves. It just has these like long veins. Man, it's so pretty here. There's a few eucalyptus trees. You can kind of see them. They're long leaves. But there's also a ton of ferns down here. As most of you know who know me, I'm a biologist. So looking at trees and looking at frogs and snakes and animals is like my favorite thing in the world. So if you don't like trees and frogs and snakes and animals, you may get a little bored in this one. This is a bit of a rainforest walk, so we'll take like 45 minutes or something to do it. And I'll probably see you again soon. These trees make me think of the Jurassic period, where there was no grass and no big angiosperm trees, no flowers, anything like that. You would have these forests of ferns and these trees. Can't remember what they're called, I should look it up. But they're everywhere. There's a short one behind it. There's more over there. There's a dead tree. bit of an opening in the rainforest. It's wet, but it's really nice just hearing everything dripping. It's so pretty here. I love it. I saw a honeycatcher, a little bird, but that's it for animals so far. I'll keep my eyes open. Here in the rainforest, space is a commodity that is very precious. So you get these vines everywhere, trying to get light. Look at how far it's sticking out. Just looking for something to hang on to grab a little patch of sunshine. Because with the big trees, there's very little sunlight that reaches the forest floor. So they're basically capitalizing on all the sunlight at the top. So everybody else has to either wait for the big trees to die, so there's an opening, or has to climb up the big trees to take advantage of it and get some sunlight that way. These big gum trees are so interesting because they have a smooth bark, but they continually shed. So you end up with all this bark everywhere. Like it's landed on trees, it's up there, it's just everywhere. I'm not sure why they do it though. I wonder if it has anything to do with their ability to survive fire. Finally see a bird. I don't know where he went. They're very quick little birds. So that was the Gallery Rainforest. We're all wet now, but we're back in the car. I take a lot of pictures of mushrooms. For those who've never heard a kookaburra before, or seen a kookaburra, there's one right above us. There he is. It's hard to see him against the sky, but he's looking down at us. There's a bunch over here in the forest to our right carrying on. I'll see if I can get a record. There we go. I hope I can catch it. They sound like hyenas.
You're like me. Do you watch hockey all the time? Well, I don't watch football, nor do I watch the rugby. I said not just because I'm Australian.
Yeah.
Chase off everybody
Better
else.
things to do than play sports like fishing.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Yes, he's got a boat
He's
there.
the big boy.
Yeah.
The birds around here are fantastic. The pelicans,
Yeah.
the seagulls are beautiful.
They're coming from behind, didn't you?
Break this, you guys.
They have. They've broken it before.
Oh my.
Well,
Can I get in underneath there? Come on. Let me have it.
score. So Jackie's gone now.
She's had enough, I guess.
Or she
Was there
got
quite
run
a
off
bit?
by him.
Hello and welcome to Saturday. Today we're hanging around the lake's entrance area. We're going to the Buchan caves. Buchan, whatever. Caves, big caves, cool caves. Because the weather's still not great. It's not raining, but it's still cloudy. But, you know, count your blessings while you can. But we're gonna do an indoor activity for the morning. I'm gonna try to upload my first video, which I finished making like 3 days ago. Internet here is really hard to come by, and you have to really pay for it. No, not a lot of like free Wi-Fi cafes and free Wi-Fi motels, hotels, etc., etc. You usually have to pay for it, and it's usually pretty slow anyways. We're on a hike, and we just happened upon a wallaby on the trail. He's chewing away. He's not very thrilled with us being here, but he's not too worried until we start to get closer. He's on the trail, so... Oh, look at him, jumping away. He's watching us. faces. Why do you keep walking towards me? Oh, there he goes. Off between the rocks. So it's pretty cool around here. We've got a lot of limestone, which means a lot of caves in the... what's the place we're in again?
Buchan Caves.
Buchan Caves. So I guess there's a few ways you can find caves. One is find a hole in the rock and find a cave. Alternatively, you could find a collapsed cave, which is what this is. We just climbed a hill, that's why I'm breathing. Sometimes just there's the water wears away too much and the overlying rock gets too heavy, just collapses under its own weight. We went through the Royal Caves, the Royal Cave system. It was very cool, all the sorts of calcite formations and the tilting of the rock. And there was one area of the cave near the end in this big open cavern where it had a bunch of rocks had fallen off the ceiling, a bunch of boulders, and you could tell because there were just sheared surfaces that were clean, where the rock had just broken off at its weak points. It was really cool because I actually noticed it before the guide said, because I saw the boulders and the stalactites were hanging sideways, and I was like, this fell off the ceiling. So I felt my inner geologist was very happy with myself that I noticed it. We're climbing up a hill right now. It's pretty cool because it's not really rainforesty on this side. It's kind of like an open parkland. You got lots of grasses, shrubby bits, some tall trees. I learned that eucalyptus trees, there's not really like eucalyptus trees. It's actually a type of tree. So gum trees, and I think there's a few other trees that we have, or that are called something else, but they're eucalypt trees. They're all in the same genus. So I learned that because I kept looking for eucalyptus trees and there was none. There's just a bunch of gum trees. But they're the same thing. Still cloudy, but it's not raining. It hasn't rained yet. So fingers crossed. Weird plants here too. Look at this. Climbed up the hill a little ways. This is really reminding me of our alpine meadows. Just this open grassy area with some old rocks that have been worn away, wildflowers, that kind of stuff. And I guess these mountains, they're not very high, but they were once quite high. They're really ancient mountains, so they've been worn away at for, several 100 million years. There's a sign back there saying, talking about a fault that occurred 380 million years ago. So even though these mountains don't seem as impressive as our Rocky Mountains, it's because our Rocky Mountains are quite young. By comparison, they haven't had the chance to really be affected by erosion as much as these things have. I was feeling kind of poo-poo about these mountains. I'm like, oh look, they're so small. But now, as I think about it, they are very impressive. They're quite old. And that was where the fault line was. It's so cool to see wallabies. They're like deer here. They're just, you don't see them everywhere. Just because they're a little more elusive and they're wild animals. They're not everywhere. But people are like, oh yeah, there's wallabies, There's wallabies, there's kangaroos. Just everywhere. It's a totally different atmosphere, because that's the mammals they have here, are the marsupials. They don't have a lot of traditional mammals that we think of, like the placental mammals. Mammals that don't have pouches and that kind of stuff. Marsupials are a much more ancient kind of mammal. And they really only exist here as far as I know. This is kind of the holdout of marsupials. I think some of the only placental mammals here are bats. They're one of the only native placental mammals here. Some of the bush rats, that kind of stuff. mice, tiny, tiny things. But the big things, the prolific things, are non-placental mammals, marsupials. Even there's a carnivore, a tiger quoll. That's the only real marsupial mammal, marsupial predator. And it looks like a big mongoose or a cat or something like that. It's very cool looking. It's just beautiful here. I've done a lot of exercise because we've been inside because it's been raining. Breathing kind of heavier than I should be. I heard some bees buzzing around, and we've spent the last 5-10 minutes trying to search for the beehive, but I think that this tree here in front of me it's got flowers all over it, and I think it's just the swarms of bees coming to feed on the flowers. See if you can hear it. It's just this constant drone. That's so cool. I crossed the river to try and find it, but I couldn't see any beehives. But I see a bunch of bees all up in the flowers. So I think it's just, there's just so many of them all at once that they're so loud. Let's see if I can get the bees. See, look at all the bees. They're everywhere. There's millions of them, and there's flowers all over this tree. Another eucalyptus tree of some kind. I guess it kind of bursts into flower at this time of year, and the bees just rush in and take up all the nectar like crazy. James, I know you're cringing right now because you hate bees. But I don't hate bees. I like honeybees and bumblebees and all that. As long as you leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. Unlike wasps. Wasps are the devil incarnate, because they can sting you and sting you and sting you. Not a fan of wasps, but these are definitely bees. The swans are so funny. They have such little quiet voices.
Score, maybe. Drop them on the ground.
The crab is still alive. It's trying to pinch him. There's a little heron looking for nice things to eat. Oh, catching little bugs. He's tiny. He's only like a foot high, I think. But he's so cute. Mom and Dad are eating dinner. Yum, 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 yum. Hi.
We're making dinner!
What's for dinner, Mom and Dad?
We got corn, and we got chicken in a bag.
And a carrot.
And a carrot.
A single carrot.
Dad is going to dissect the carrot.
We only get one carrot because we're going to be flying in 2 days, so we can't have that much food.
Well, we don't want it.
We don't want all the extra weight, but it's been nice not eating at restaurants every day. We have a full kitchen here. So. Oh, the white balance figured itself out. That's good. What do you do, Mom?
Assisting. I'm the sous chef. I don't do very well, you know, so I have to kind of help.
There's certain things you don't allow Mother to play with. Grease.
And knives.
And sharp knives.
She tends to stab herself with them.
I do. Or burn.
It's been known, yes, it's been known to do that once in a while.
I've been trying to upload my video, and then I just tried to send it via Dropbox, but the internet here is just not good. So, I don't know if anybody's gonna see these videos until I get home or something, or get to Adelaide. But I'll continue taking them and making the videos anyways. Taking the ferry across to Raymond Island, where apparently we're gonna see koala bears. This ferry takes us about 50 feet, we think.
500.
500 feet? Okay, sorry. There's where we're leaving from. There's where we're going. Probably would be easier to just get a bridge. But, you know, they probably like their ferry. It makes a lot of money. It's $11 to go this far. my first koala. And he's even awake. He's so cute. Aw, look at his little face. Oh, he's awake. Oh, he's so sweet. Oh. He says, what the hell, guys? Oh, I lost him. There he is. Sitting in his gum tree, eating his leaves. Having a lovely day. Getting blown around by the wind. There's a better angle. Oh. He's reached over to the next tree. Oh, he let go. We found some more koalas. There's another one over here. He's sleeping. Where is he? There he is. He was sleeping. Oh, there he goes. He's looking at us. We found a mom and a baby. There's the baby just poking his head right behind his mum. They were sleeping, but we woke them up with our car. They're so cute. Kookaburras. I don't know where they are, but they're making noise.
Hello, this is Jen, Jill's mom. I'm going to record Jillian jumping. Which one is it though? Is it the red or the white?
Red.
There's Mom enjoying the jumping pillow. These things are fun for all ages. Jumping on the pillow with the camera. Da, 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 da. Never grow up, kids. Always have fun when you have the opportunity. And this is tiring me out a lot. An embarrassingly amount. I was doing this before too. So, Mom tried to record me, but then the second she turned it on me, she stopped recording. And then started recording again when I got off. She'll get there. You know. This is our sweet resort. From the name, it was like AV something.
RACV.
ARVCT or whatever. And we thought it was gonna be some side of the road motel, like auto vehicle association. But then there's like, no, it's a resort. And it's got a playground over there, bouncy jumpy castle thing. That's our house. It's big enough to be a live-in apartment. It's massive. I'll show you the inside after dinner. But we're hungry. It's 7:30. We're leaving to go to Melbourne tomorrow. I mean, we're going to Melbourne briefly, and then we're flying to Hobart tomorrow. But it'll be fun.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh no, did I not do it? Oh my god, am I a failure at life?
It's your own. It's your own.
Myself. I was filming, or at least I thought I was filming, this hilarious moment where Dad is his first selfie with food and posting it on Facebook, and it was funny, and my mom was crying with laughter, and I was crying with laughter, and then I hit the record button and it started recording, and I was like, God damn it. So welcome to vlogging, Jill. You mess up a lot. God, I'm so mad that I missed it because it was so good. It was so funny. But Dad's enjoying his very expensive beef dinner.
And one.
Why?
It's called Beef Three Ways. There was a steak, there's ribs he's eating, and there's a beef pie for $40. Expensive. Mom and I opted for like $15 and $17 pizzas because we looked at the price tags and went, ooh. But Dad pays for it, so he can eat whatever he wants. Hello and welcome back to Jill's journey across Australia. We're in Melbourne. I haven't been feeling well today, but luckily we're gonna take a plane, which will be great. We're taking a plane to Tasmania, and then we're gonna spend 7 days in Tasmania doing a tour and stuff, wandering around. But this is the first big city we've been in like a week and a half. It's really weird. So many streets and so much going on instead of our tiny little towns that barely have anything. It's cool because they have a big tramway, big transit system, and the tram tracks are right in the road. The tram cars and cars mix successfully, I guess. No, hopefully very little accidents. Guess what? We're at another airport. We're gonna fly Virgin. I've never flown Virgin before, but Richard Branson seems to think it's a good thing, so we'll see how that goes. Our flight was at 4:30. Got completely cancelled because they decommissioned a plane in the middle of the day, so they pushed all the Hobart flights back. So now our flight's at 6, which is not bad. We were running a little late because we were running the gambit through Melbourne downtown because our GPS decided this was a better idea than the freeway. Well, we went through the ghetto, we saw things. It was fun. Yeah. Plane time. But after food time. Oh, Virgin gave us $8 food vouchers for our inconvenience. Welcome to Tasmania. It's okay, you can talk while I'm filming. Oh, a little Tasmanian devil.
You're in a bubble.
Protected from the devils. Anyways, we're at Tasmania at the very small Hobart International, which I think the only international place it goes is probably New Zealand. But very tiny. One baggage carousel, but there seems to be a lot to do. It's a little bit colder here, but I think it's going to be kind of like small town feel, but in a whole island. Good morning. We're in Hobart, Tasmania. For an island that only has 500,000 people, maybe slightly more now, this city is remarkably cosmopolitan. Of course we are downtown, but the fact that it has a downtown I think says something. And there's like shopping malls everywhere and steps that Mom's warning me about. We grabbed the wrong map when we left. The map we have right now is useless. So we're heading to a museum. Oh, there's the information center right there. We've been looking for that. But it's a nice day today. I'm wearing shorts, hoping to draw the sun out, so it's a good day. Or by wearing shorts, I've just jinxed us for the entire day. But we'll see. Hopefully, not the latter. We're at the museum. Dad's falling asleep. He woke up.
Too late.
Dad could fall asleep anywhere. We're having tea at the museum. Had a bit of tuna sandwich for lunch. Went through the prison, just like the rest of Australia. Tasmania and Hobart, where we are, was a prison colony for a long time. So we went through the old chapel, which is the only thing that's left. And it was spooky. We found another interesting exhibit. It's about the Antarctic. So since Australia is so close to the Antarctic, they actually have a lot of expeditions that go down there and kind of explore around and all that. They have their own little chunk of land, I think, that like kind of part of Australia, or at least owned by Australia or something like that. Okay, I just figured it out. There's actually a Tasmanian island that is in the Antarctic Circle, the Macquarie Island. There's all sorts of fun things like seals and penguins and albatrosses and all that sort of stuff. And I guess it was a big thing for sealers. So these albatrosses, they're huge. They're like 4 feet, or 3 feet high. 3 feet high. But their wingspans probably about 10 feet. And they look like airplane wings. Basically their entire lives in the air.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Our museum gift shop will be closing shortly.
Oh,
so
no.
should you wish to make a purchase, please make your way there now. Thank you.
We better go buy stuff. Like I said, pretty much just sealers and scientists on these islands. Not a whole lot of people. And they had to be there for a specific reason.